preparing the mind for meditation. Meditator moves systematically inside. Once we let go of these gross manifestations, gross thinking concepts and all that, once we drop, we understand, then we can go deeper inside. Why do we want to go inside? Why do we want to meditate or learn to meditate? What is the art of meditation? How to do meditation? All this we will also look into it. Why would you want to meditate? If at all there is an idea of meditation in you, or you have heard about people who meditate, or you have heard that meditation is spiritual or good, or makes you more religious, or makes you more of a spiritual person, why would you want to do it? If you ask yourself. Most of the time when we ask people, they say it's spiritual practice. Right? And some new age people, they will say it gives them an altered state of consciousness. It is akin to taking drugs. So rather than taking drugs, let me do meditation to feel high. Right? Another group which is more of yoga practitioners who have felt the experience of pranayama or asana, they feel that it gives me kind of a pleasure. Right? And the one which lasts longest is this third group. The one which gives them a kind of pleasure. The second group is the one which gives them a temporary high. The first group, the spiritual practitioners, they do it for a short period of time, and then they go to another, because it involves discipline, it involves something which is fear-based, something to do with karma, or something to do with heaven, or something to do with their gurus, the initiation. And a few of those people who have been initiated into mantra yoga, japa, they're supposed to do 2 rounds, 108 times 2. They eventually give up and become a bit guilty because they are not able to do it. Right? It's quite difficult to do 2 rounds every day, and it is a must. When you put that must, it will create some kind of aversion later on. But spiritual meditation, in order to attain some kind of spirituality, because my religion or my philosophy says that, also temporary, because there's no pleasure. It is hard work. But if it gives me a little bit of high, I will do it occasionally. But if it gives me intense pleasure, I would look, because human nature is that. I will look for it because it gives me a nice feeling. It's so nice, also gives me a deep experience of that great pleasure that is inside. But how to get that? Can I do it by stopping the mind? Can I do it by chanting and chanting and chanting and chanting and chanting and chanting? Possibilities are there, the correct way of chanting. Now, when we look at the nature of the mind is this, that it has to continuously think. Try to stop it from thinking, it will become very angry. Right? So the mistake that people do in japa is that they say Om, 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 108 times Om, Om. Then suddenly there is a thought that comes, they suppress it, Om, 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 Om. And then the thought comes, they suppress it. Right? So if that's what is going on is a big fight going on. A huge, big battle going on between the great master, the thoughts, and the small effort that we are putting here. So the correct way to do, if you are doing japa or mantra meditation, is to Om, 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 Om. Pause for a while, see what thoughts are coming. So no more fight, thoughts will come. Since you give the opportunity for the thoughts to come, master is happy. Right? And then you slowly start. Om, Om, Om. Stop. You're watching, still watching, eat. It's not me. Remember? It comes. I'm not going to interact, doesn't matter, the thoughts are happy because you have given it opportunity. It comes, dislodges, disappears, and then Om, Om, Om. That's right. This is called balance. And it's balance between this great master, called the deities, and your tapas. Then we can look out for a long-term solution. And then do not have this concept, I must finish the whole group. Right? Then what happens is, then you will be waiting for the Sumeru to come. Go back in, feel restless. So what we do is, once you have done a few of the beats, right? And then the moment you feel the mind is restless, stop, put into your silk bag, keep and go. So, which means that you have not come to the battle zone between your body, mind and timing. Because you are not in a hurry to finish the one round. Finishing the one round is what? Is conditioning. It's a conditioning. I must finish one round. By the time you finish, my God, great relief. Great relief. So the next time you see the beat, oh, finish one round. See how the conditioning becomes what initially was an attraction becomes a distraction, an aversion. So please approach it in a very relaxed way. God is not going to punish me. Even if I don't finish, I will do 5 rounds, 5 beats or 10 beats. If I don't finish, I can always continue the next day. So that would be a proper way of doing meditation. Again, Om Om Om, allow Om Om, allow. And then as you are allowing this, and suddenly you feel that a little bit of calmness, and you don't want to continue, drop the beats and just watch the calmness. And then go on. You are entering into, from japa, you are entering into dhyana. Right? The process of even letting go of the beats is a progress. Most individuals, because they have this obligation to finish one round, they may be entering into dhyana, but because of the conditioning that I have to finish the one round, they miss this boat. They go back to an inferior practice, whereas the superior practice is already evolving in their consciousness, going into dhyana, but because of their conditioning that I must finish, I only have 10 minutes, I finish this, I miss the boat. See how? Because this is all because of lack of knowledge. That we go and do something which is so profound, so amazing, so nice, but reduce it to a basic practice. So, the sutras that we are learning has to be combined with the practical aspects. Now I use the word Om, which is a neutral word, right? It doesn't call upon any deity. You can use it even in Buddhism also, they have Om. But if you don't want to use this, you can use the word it's not a traditional mantra. It's a sound vibration. In the beats also you can use. If you don't use the beats, you just say. Of course, 3 ways of doing this is, one is loudly, softly whispering to yourself, and then manasik, mind. These are the 3 types of japa that we can do. So the sound of breath, another japa we can do is breathing in. When you're breathing in your mind, so. And then when you're breathing out in your mind, this cannot be verbalized because you are depending on the breath. So when the air enters in your mind, so when the breath leaves in your mind, but the breathing in and breathing out is not controlled. It is natural. When the air is entering in your mind, so when the breath is leaving in your mind, hum. As you are doing this, if thoughts arise, stop, so and hum. Don't stop breathing. Stop, so and hum. Observe. Observe the thoughts. Observe the breath without so and hum. And then continue. When the air enters, so. When the air leaves, so hum. When the air enters, mentally say so. When the air leaves, mentally say hum. And then thoughts arise. What's the thoughts? Observe the breath. And then when the thoughts are being weakened, and then so, and then as you are doing this, if you feel suddenly that there is a kind of a transition towards dhyana, drop the so and hum in your mind, observe the breath, observe the state. Thoughts arise, watch, observe the breath. And then again, when thoughts are weakened, observe the state. And then when the state is very deep, reduce this observation or even let go of this observation of the breath and then go into that state. Experience this. This is the different steps into dhyana. This is how we manage the signs of going inside without any form of injury to the mind. Because these are very subtle states. So meditation done wrong can injure the mind, can change the personality, can become a bit different from what is normally expected of a person in society. Where you are able to, in a way, you should be quite flexible to be able to interact as well as then go and do your own thing, right? So we want to maintain this kind of harmony that you feel that I'm still able to do things according to this value of creating harmony. Number one, harmony. But inside, I know exactly what I want to do. I know how to project harmony, but inside I know exactly what to do. And you know how to manage that if someone says something, you don't get angry. That you can manage it. No, this is what I want to do. This is what I feel that I'm happy to do. I will still be your friend. Just because you criticize me to being a little bit of a meditator or vegetarian doesn't matter. I'm still able to be your friend. This is balancing your life. Then people think, okay lah, even though she's going into this path, seems to be quite okay living in this life, living with the family or living with the society or group. So that kind of ability to manage is very vital. In fact, shouldn't it be that the person who is doing all these practices should be wiser? Shouldn't it be? Right? They should be wiser, which means they should be able to interact and integrate into society much more better than anyone else. True? Yes. Because this is what the whole practice is about. So you see this, the science. The science is that meditation has not been understood fully. Meditation has become a kind of suppression, a kind of a discipline which does not bring joy. But it is not supposed to be like that. Meditation is supposed to bring joy. Meditation should be able to create harmony at all levels of your life. Done right, with force, goes out. You're not even happy to do it. Understand now how things can be integrated and practiced. And meditation is so simple, right? The way I have described to you is a very simple state, a very pleasurable state. Yoga Sutras are text of practices. It may make sense now or it may make sense later. But in whichever state that it makes sense to you right now, just allow it to be absorbed as part of the new samskaras. That's what we want. That some seeds has been planted through these 3 days. Some good seeds has been planted. And these seeds will slowly emerge as time goes by. And you must always also remember the words of Krishna that there will always be benefits to even a small step in this path. Right? There's a seed, and the seed that has been planted here is a major seed. It's a big seed, and eventually there will be a trigger in you. Don't know when it will happen, but if it happens, it's going to be a big explosion. And then, at that time, you will start pursuing yoga in a different way. There's always different steps, different stages of pursuing yoga. Now, there is a certain stage that you have. But this will be the seed that will trigger the next major explosion. But this Triggering is a positive triggering. It will lead to what is a very rare state, the path to enlightenment. So my wish and my prayer is that all of you who have benefited from these discussions, this sharing, I wouldn't call it teaching, it's more of a sharing, and that you would continue to pursue this life with a very positive state, that whatever that we have discussed in the Yoga Sutras is not divorced or different from the lives that we lead, and that this will provide that substance or the support or a medium of which we can view life in a different light. This is very important. That not only do we want to transform our lives, but also we want to transform as many lives as possible. Whether we have an opportunity to come back to this earth and do this work again or not is immaterial. Right now, what can we do? Most important is not yesterday or not even tomorrow. It is what I can do right now, this moment. And it is essential that we always have to have the highest standards, that we must put our mind to the highest level of work, that we must have the confidence that our mind have the capacity to do the most important transformational work in existence, that you have right now the capacity to leave a mark in the history of mankind. Do not think that it only belongs to people like Gandhi or people like Vivekananda. They were also born like you. They also had 2 legs, 2 arms. They also had the same brain size as you. They did not have huge background of income or potential or education. They all had this, whatever that you are going to have or whatever you already have. Even if you don't have, it is immaterial. It is your confidence in leaving a mark. That is what everyone needs to think of. What is to be spoken of me when I am no more? What is there that I have done, that the legacies that I have left behind, where someone has transformed? And even if you have inspired just one person, that one person could be the next Buddha, could be the next Krishna, could be the next Vivekananda, who knows? And never underestimate anyone, not anywhere, not anybody, not of any background. You cannot underestimate. Could be here Chandran and Divakar, could be the next world teacher, who knows? They could inspire thousands of people. So think good about yourself. Think big. Thinking big is free. How big you want to think, how much you want to expand your imagination or visualization, there is no limit. And I would want you to think in a limitless way. I want you to think in a very positive and confident way. And the basis of that thinking, the basis of the strength is provided in the sutras. They are talking about not starting the practices, they are talking about samadhi. They say that you have the potential to achieve liberation. So with this we need to change gently and slowly. We should stay on the path. We should always stay in a very unique state of mind, that no matter where we are, no matter who is around us, no matter where we are going to, no matter who is going to be in our lives, we should have this vision in us so that we will remain the influencing factor and not the person who is being influenced all the time. That you should be the person who is providing the positive influence, because I am sure and I know for sure that whatever that you do with this state of mind will be a better influence than anything else or anyone else around you. You would be the source of inspiration not only for the people around you, but the source of inspiration for instructors or teachers like me. So with this I would like to wish you not only success in your yoga practices, but also I would like to wish you that you will have constant peace and happiness and success. Also I would like to wish you a wonderful new year and an outstanding life ahead. Thank you very much for coming, and namaskar everybody.
Namaste, my name is Saravan Seelan. I was introduced to this course, Yoga, Sutra and Ayurveda during the award ceremony. I had never had any expectation of what should I expect here. And when I came, I was told that this Patajali Yoga Sutra, which we revere as high science, but has been put to us in a very fundamentally basic way. And I'm elated, excited about this learning. I think that's about all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jaspreet. I'm very glad that I'm here today for this retreat. This retreat has taught me a lot, especially for my balanced diet and lots of advanced yoga poses which I was not aware. And as usual, the meditation thing that most important is to have a concentration, and I'm so glad that I enjoyed this retreat.
Hi, I'm Selvi. I would like to share some of my experience at the yoga retreat that I've attended for the last 3 days. I've really enjoyed it because it has actually given me a new insight of how we see things, and I'm glad I'm here to last the few days of this year and to start a new year with whatever knowledge that I have from the yoga retreat. Basically, we have learned that whatever that we do with concentration and relaxation will give us success.
Okay, as usual, when we have a retreat or something and discussion that we go with master, there's always something new that I learned. So this is a really beautiful insight into what says Patajali has taught the world through his Yoga Sutra. For example, I am like so happy to know that I learned that if you want to do something, the relaxation is most important, and then relaxation must be accompanied must come after pratihara. That means if you're stressed and you concentrate, then you won't really be